Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we are here in a car I bought and never drove. Today we are finally going to try and get our money's worth out of the SRX car here on iRacing. It dropped a couple of seasons ago, I bought it, I never even made a video about it, and the series pretty much died immediately, but it is featured today in the DraftMaster series. If you don't know what it is, it's basically super speedway races every week with different cars. So I thought we'd give it a go and finally see what this car is like. Get yourself subscribed if you're new and you want to see more oval racing here on the channel. And yeah, let's do this thing. Well, here we are then for 18 laps at Talladega. How many of them will we survive? Get your bets down in the comments below before we get into this one. But yeah, a bit like that mini stock race last week. I think the plan early on is probably just to hang around towards the rear of the field, wait for the carnage, and then hope that we can make some places up a little bit later on in the race. But happy that I'm finally actually going to be able to potentially, you know, use this car. We'll wait and see as to how long this race lasts for us, as that was a terrible, terrible start. Should never have tried to do it in second gear. Should have always done it in first gear there, but ultimately, yeah, I'm not going to worry too much. There's already the guy behind us. Might be about to lose the draft. But yeah, these things rev up to near enough 8k. And they sound pretty good. They feel pretty good. You know, obviously, this isn't exactly what they're meant to be used for. But hopefully, yeah, we can kind of learn what the SRX car is like. I'm also intrigued to see just how fast it is. Obviously, in the draft as well, as we've already got one guy net coding around a little bit. I wonder whether we're going to be able to see 200 miles an hour out of these things. Which, you know, for a car that's just meant to obviously sit on short tracks going sideways, it's pretty impressive. You know, I'll give it credit where it's due. As there we go, 300 kilometers an hour. Just nudged up there. No idea what's going up on the high side. But already, yeah, someone just finding themselves towards the wall. But again, you know, these kind of races, they are a little bit ridiculous. They're not as serious. So I think it's probably going to be a little bit more chaotic because, you know, the slipstreaming isn't as powerful. So we'll try and get around that guy there. And yeah, I feel quite sorry for David, who's completely messed that up. And well, until we get some chaos, probably is going to be in for a very, very lonely race. As well, that chaos might not be too far away there. As they almost 4 wide up in front. That looking already incredibly dangerous. And they're gone. And a few of them have been deleted, and I've got nowhere to go. Great. Oh, damn it, man. We've had a pretty good run of races so far this season, but that one has gone absolutely terribly. I believe there is a fast repair, so I guess it's not completely game over for us. Oh, I don't get done for speeding. But yeah, that was suboptimal, I think is the way we're going to describe it. Need to make sure I haven't got any tyres going on or any fuel or anything. Oh no, I haven't done that. Oh, I've gone past me pit box as well. This has been an utter disaster. We'll just try and make sure that we get it stopped. And there we go. We'll get apparently a bit more fuel in the car. And hopefully we're going to be able to get going again pretty quickly. Oh no! Oh, dearie me. Yeah, that's been a bit of a shocking start for us. And I mean, nothing we could have really done in that situation. Nowhere to go. But yeah, that ended up going very, very badly as everybody else making their way back around in towards turn 1. We're going to be a lap down. So we're basically just waiting to see whether there's more chaos. I mean, it took out half the field, that start. So maybe David was onto something by staying so far away from the rest of the field. Because I would assume that he has made it through all of that. But yeah, are we going to be able to get kind of into a group with anybody here and potentially make back up some spots? You know, this kind of race, even with a bad start like that, it's just worth staying out there. It is just worth staying out because you never know what might happen. As yeah, we've already lost a couple of other drivers as well. So it looks like Andrew and Dave are just coming up behind me here, so they should be able to get the run. Obviously, I hope you guys as well like my Ferrari F40 livery that I'm running on this car. Is yeah, we won't, you know, we'll let these two go by. You know, I'm not really going to try and fight them too hard for it, but obviously we do all want to try and work together here. You know, safety and numbers and all of that good stuff in a race like this. So we make our way then off of turn 1. Yeah, I'm happy I nudged the wall, obviously in the pit lane before we took our fast repair, otherwise we might be carrying a little bit more damage as well as, there we go, 2 of them are going to get round us. We'll have the shorter run though through turn 3 and turn 4, so making life a little bit difficult. But I don't really, I can't imagine you can push much in these cars either, to be completely honest. I would have thought it's quite awkward to really try and do anything with them in that regard, as we're already back up then into P13. I think that P12, I think, as Stoll there, he's going to be a bit further down, so immediately, yeah, we've gained up a couple of spots, and again, if there is chaos, you know, maybe, just maybe, we could still walk away with some iRacing as well. As now I think we're going to see whether Andrew's going to try and give us a bit of a push. Wait and see. Yes, he is. So, yeah, pushing works quite well in this car as well, then, which I guess is good. We'll kind of wait and see as to... Oh, the guy in front of us is a lap down on me, so really not doing too many, you know, I think most of the cars that obviously are ahead of me are still obviously on that lead lap, or they've got to be on that lead lap as well. So we'll just wait and see whether he wants to try and get the run on me. Apparently not. Please don't try and bump me through the corners. This guy's got like 4,500 iRacing, so I expect him to probably be a bit more confident with it than I would be. This will try and gain a little bit of a draft off of the guy in front. There we go, nice and square steering. Obviously when we're getting pushed, and this is helping both of us out quite nicely, as we are taking time at the guy in front. The actual guy in front of me as well in this race, I mean, not just the car right in front of me there, reviving. But yeah, I mean, so far, since I came back to iRacing, we have gained in every single race I've done. I want to try and keep that going as best as we can, and for as long as we can. So let's see what Ivan, whether he's going to want to push as well. Back down in towards the first corner. Oh, a little bit easy, a little bit easy. He's going to dive out of the way for some reason. So I think it was, yeah, just a little bit worried that we were all going to get the run on him, but I don't even know if we're taking time out of that gaggle of cars in front. We can't be losing much. So we have got our pushing partner in Andrew, and, well, it's working quite nicely for us. Able to gain a little bit of time, and of course, obviously, if you can get back on that lead lap, if there was chaos or something right towards the end, then it would be very useful as well. I think we're just dropping a tiny bit of time to the front group, but every lap we are just getting that little bit quicker, that little bit more confident. And obviously, I do want to do more oval racing as well. On iRacing. It is very, very good fun. You know, I don't think it's going to take over the channel anytime soon, but yeah, it is good fun as well to do at the end of the day there. So long, hopefully, may it continue on the platform, because yeah, it is, you know, these kind of races, they are a bit of a lottery, but they are good fun all at the same time as well. As yeah, that time round we lost a couple of tenths to the front runners, so I don't think this is really working as well as we would all want it to. We were doing 193 miles an hour there. I think we just nudged up to, so yeah, we've got good speed out of it, but ultimately, yeah, not, yeah, we're in a very, very small group against a slightly bigger gaggle of cars. Unless they wreck each other or something, it is going to be quite difficult to really achieve too much. So yeah, like I said, I'm just gutted we got wrecked on lap 1, or lap 2 even, because that kind of, yeah, completely eliminated any big points for us. I'm looking behind though. 7th and 8th obviously are right there. We know where 11th is. 9th and 10th though are running quite a bit slower, but they are a good like 30 seconds up the road. So obviously they're losing, yeah, 2 seconds a lap. So maybe there's a chance that we could still try and get to them by the end of this. You can see Michael as well in front is about to go a lap down, but will he be able to hang with that group, or is he going to drop behind them? You know, there is so much strategy to these kind of races as well. You know, anything can happen, as you can just see him there in front of that gaggle. So for him, it's going to be really, really important that he, you know, kind of hangs on with that group of cars as best as he can. Yeah, there aren't that many laps left either of this race. There is 52.5 by Dalton even in P10. We're running 50.2, so lap times are continuing just to get better and better. I mean, I'm sure the fuel burn doesn't make that much of a difference in this at the moment. But yeah, you can see that gap to the guy in front. He's coming down slowly but surely, and I think, you know, we're just starting to see a bit more movement as well as Michael is going to get chucked to the back of that group. Will he be able to hang with them, though? Is he going to be able to stick with them? He's going to drop to the back of that pack. But I think surely he's going to have enough. You know, these things, they hang on to a slipstream pretty well. That's exactly what it looks like he's going to do. He's still dropping away a tiny bit, but yeah, certainly not enough. And I think it's going to make a world of difference, you know, unless he gets involved in a wreck on the last lap and people start getting really aggressive with each other or something like that. So, yeah, top guy's almost into the 49s. I'm sure with a big enough shove, that is absolutely possible as well here. But yeah, I tell you what, this SRX car, maybe this hasn't been the race exactly that we would have wanted. But, you know, we're still... I'm happy that I'm actually able to race it. Because the SRX series obviously came to iRacing and pretty much died before it even began. So, hence why, yeah, I've never done anything with it up to this point. But I guess if they can repurpose it, you know, any car will race well at Talladega, or any car will pretty much be popular at Talladega or Daytona. So, yeah, long live the DraftMaster series as well. Making cars relevant again in iRacing since its inception. I think at the start of 2024, wasn't it? So we are just picking 0X's up like they're going out of style. 310 kph turn 1. So again, 193. Just see though, where is we going to see those other cars? I'm not even sure. That yeah, Dalton and David are going to lose out enough by the end of this. I think David must be tucked up with P9. So yeah, they're less than half a lap away. Yeah, Michael though. Yeah, still might close in on Dalton by the end. I guess it would just kind of depend on how things pan out towards the end of the race. And there's always the possibility as well that Andrew might just get bored of pushing and might just decide to turn me at some point as well in this race. He can't seem to be able to get the run past me at any point. I could obviously let him by, but I don't really think it's worth it for anybody at the moment. Because, yeah, I mean, we are just currently trying to drive around a big circle. That's all we're doing. But yeah, you know, you've got to be there towards the end of this race. I think we need a top 10 finish if we wanted to gain any iRacing. But hopefully, if anything, we'll get a bit of SR as well, although I already have an A license on the oval side of things. So that won't really give me much else either. I guess, yeah, we're basically just trying to lose as little iRacing as we can in a race like this. When it goes like that on lap 1. I guess as well, obviously we've got a good clip out of it as well here, but only 4 more laps to go then. So you've got to remember we are 1 lap down. Good, we still see some chaos. You know, if that whole big group at the front did collect each other, maybe we could get the lead lap back. And you never know then what might be possible here. But yeah, unless something happens, Dalton is going to be a bit too far away to really do anything at this stage of the race there. Like I said, Michael might get to him by the end just by hanging around with that group in front. But yeah, I certainly don't think we stand any real chance of being able to do the same there, as again, those pushes, they're not even really getting much bigger. It kind of, there's only so much pushing this car can do apparently around here, and we must have squared away Andrew's front end quite a lot as this race has gone on. But yeah, it is, you know, we're not really picking up any more pace or anything like that. The lap times seem to be fairly consistent. Like I said, we're kind of just waiting to see whether that group at the front do just wreck each other right towards the end, and maybe we can pick up the pieces. But again, it would basically require us to be on the lead lap, and that group at the front might be too small, and unless someone wants to do something maliciously, you might not see anything happen for it. So again, just getting that little bit of speed. You're starting to see that group, though, spreading out a little bit, so I think they have kind of moved into 2 separate trains. Maybe that'll invite opportunity towards the end of this one. You know, like I said, I would like just, you know, to get 1 more spot. Although obviously, you know, had we not stuck at it, we would have lost more iRacing. It would be nice to kind of get a little bit of a reward towards the end of this one. You know, with my pushing buddy as well. There is actually now starting to take a bit of time at Michael as well. Definitely not enough to make a difference. But again, you never know. 1/10 of a second, 100th of a second, it can make all the difference come the end of a race here, and you can just see as we make our way through turn 1, they are definitely losing time up there. So are we going to see anyone try and push the envelope, try and force anything from it? It doesn't look like we're seeing it just yet. We have only got the 1 lap to go after this one, so there isn't much more time if people want to try and go for it. Yeah, you can see we've taken a good second out of them on that lap, so it's a shame that hasn't happened a little bit earlier in this race, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and we're all just starting to move around a little bit more up there. Are we going to see, as we head into the last lap of this race then, anyone try anything right towards the end of this one? Are we going to get anything more for our troubles here at Talladega? It's been, well, it's been a fun race. You know, like I said, I've enjoyed using the SRX, but ultimately, yeah, we haven't really seen as much excitement go down after that lap 1, or lap 2 wreck even, I should say. And it looks like pretty much everybody is just single file at the moment. There might be a little bit of bumping and bashing up towards the front as people try and get the run on each other. You can definitely get to the rear quarter of the car in front of you if you really, really try. But I don't think anything's going to happen here as we make our way out of the final turn. Everybody just coming up towards the line then, so annoyingly, we're not going to get anything more for our troubles in the end. We are going to see someone dip into the 49s, though, when all is said and done. There we go. We've survived. We did a 50.1 best lap as well on that final lap. But, yeah, that one would have been nice to get a little bit more out of it. But we've done a race in the SRX, so I guess I can't say it's a complete waste of money. Yeah, let's go take a look at our final race results. Well, there we go then, taking a look at our final race results, and the first real negative race we've had so far in 2024 Season 4 there. Minus 0.07 SR, minus 27 iRacing. A little bit gutted with that one in the end, but ultimately, yeah, the race actually ended up being quite boring as well there. Joseph at the front of the field leading 17 of the 18 laps. When all is said and done, it was just Graham as well that got 1 lap led at some point during the race there. Most cars ended up with 0 incidents. Our 4X there really did cost us at the end of the day as well. And yeah, annoyingly, I think that one is going to be a bit of a race to forget for us. Thank you all so much for watching nonetheless, though. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon with more iRacing content.